Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Your local bedhead here. A new angle today. We're going to be watching the recount for the Dead Meat Killer Klowns from Outer Space kill count. I'm excited to watch this, and the reason why I'm excited to watch this, not for one, I've actually been playing a lot of the video game that has been released, and I think the official release date is actually tomorrow, so the 4th is the official release date. I've been actually playing a lot of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space video game over on my gaming channel, which I will leave a link in the description. Just go over to JCARTSARTS Gaming, and please subscribe over there. We're almost to 1,000 subs. I mean, you guys are killing it recently, no pun intended. We're having a lot of fun over there, and I'm hoping to actually continue playing that game. So the live streams that we've done, the videos that we've done around Killer Klowns from Outer Space, give it a big old fat like on those videos, and we will continue to play Killer Klowns from Outer Space. We're having a blast. I mean, it's seriously a good time. There's so much you can do. The clowns, I love that you have a fighting chance against them. It's not just, you know, try to avoid them at all costs. No, you actually can run up and beat the shit out of one of these things. And the squeaky shoes when they're running around you and you can hear them with the squeaky shoes. I think it's just a great overall time. So far, it's probably my favorite survival slasher kind of based on a horror movie game. Great stuff. So please head on over there, go support those videos, go watch them, and let me know what you think. But we're going to go ahead and dive into this kill count. I'll pause it when I want to talk, and I'll let you guys know what I think during and, of course, after the video.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and...
Sorry, I want to pause you, James. I want to look at your background. Man, you have so many of the... so lucky. So lucky. He has one of the cotton candy cocoons hanging up there. He has a shorty from Spirit Halloween. He's got the guns that they've released. I'd love to get those guns. My God. I got quite a few Killer Klowns memorabilia myself. Looks like I was about to say, at least I have the updated version of the movie on 4K, but then I looked at your Blu-ray and it looks like you have it autographed by the cast. Oh, that's so damn awesome. I would love to meet the cast and get a picture signed. I mean, again, one of my favorite films of all time is Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Why? Because I think it just is what I love in cinema, is that they took this idea and they just rolled with it. They had a blast. They had fun. They just came up with all these different ideas. I mean, cotton candy cocoons, the guns, popcorn guns, the balloon dog that just sniffs out people. I mean... Come on, you know when they made this movie, they just threw these ideas at each other the entire time. They were like, hey, what if we did this because they're clowns? What if we did this? What if their shoes squeaked? What if the only way you can kill them is by shooting their noses off? And also, I love the shirt. That's a badass shirt.
Show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we are once again looking at Killer Klowns from Outer Space, released in 1988. Killer Klowns from Outer Space is exactly what it sounds like, a schlocky 80s B-movie about a small town invaded by aliens who look like clowns. Sometimes it's hard to define exactly what a B-movie is, but there's no mistaking Killer Klowns for one. In fact, I'd say it's king of the B's, except for possibly the B's. What up, John Saxon? I first covered this movie on New Year's Day 2018, back when I was but a lad. It's a classic kill count episode, and I'm happy so many people still love it. But I want to throw some respect on this film with an upgrade that shows more of the craft that went into making it. Also, the count itself could use some revising. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Killer Klowns is the brainchild of Stephen, Charles, and Edward Chiodo, three brothers whose special effects work is the source of many a classic scene, like the kids scarring Large Marge in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. They did stop motion for Elf and a bunch of episodes of The Simpsons, and designed puppets and animatronics for Ernest Scared Stupid and Team America World Police.
Actually, yeah. I actually had learned recently that some of the masks from Ernest Scared Stupid for the trolls actually were just reused Killer Klowns masks. Can we get a sequel? Can we, like, actually get a sequel to Killer Klowns from Outer Space? They've been in the talks for doing it for years. I think it was going to be called, like, Return of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space, which, I mean, you could go all out. I mean... After the game and introducing some new ideas, like with the lackeys, I mean, you could have a blast. And please, reach out to me. I will go out of my way to be in it. I don't care what you want me to do. Whether you want me to be just a pedestrian walking across the street and a clown just runs me over or something, I will do it. I don't care.
They're the guys who created The Critters, which Zorn covered on the Kill Count last year. Stephen Chiodo directed and co-wrote the film with Charles Chiodo, and both of them co-produced alongside youngest brother Edward.
There's a lot of Chiodos. That name was on there a lot. was kind of funny. That was
I've
a
always
big
said
laugh for
Chiodo
us.
Brothers.
They've been making
Chiodo.
short films with stop motion their entire lives, from middle school to college and beyond. But Killer Klowns is the only feature film they've written and directed, and they did so with the help of their friends and family. That gives Killer Klowns an earnestness and a rough edge to its filmmaking that only adds to its charm and appeal. This movie is a great example of what you can pull off with a small budget but boundless creativity. While the brothers had near complete creative control over the movie, they only had a budget of $2 million. That's not a lot to make a prop-heavy science fiction film with a bunch of monsters, but they managed to do it by calling in favors from people who enjoyed their work. The resulting homemade-looking movie is such a mood, and I mean that in the best of ways. It's colorful but dark, cheap but impressive, and paced expertly with constant clown gags throughout. It never lets up on the fact that these clowns are clowns. They're clowning all over the place. It's great. The tone is perfect, with wacky lines delivered in over-the-top ways, but at the same time completely straight. This movie knows exactly what it wants to be, and succeeds.
Yes, it
thanks
does.
to both the effects and the cast, especially Grant Kramer as Mike. Dude is such a smarmy little guy.
Joe
Sometimes it feels like
Lombardo.
he's almost making fun of us, the audience, with his line deliveries.
Hurry, hurry, step right up. See the Circus Bizarro.
But what really sells the movie is the clowns. They're fantastic, both scary and funny at the same time. No wonder they've become cult classic characters, appearing at Halloween Horror Nights many times over, Spirit Halloween, and in an upcoming video game, which Chelsea and I will definitely stream when it comes out on June 4th.
Baby, it's a good
Be
time.
sure to subscribe to Dead Meat Presents for that.
Yeah, no, and please, I'm taking this opportunity to shout out my gaming channel, JCARTSARTS Gaming. Please do so, because we've actually been streaming it over there. Me and my friend Brandon actually played it not long ago, and I do actually have some extra content from me and my friend Cinnamon, where we played the game, and we had a blast. So, I keep saying that. We had a blast. But I think that represents, as overall, Killer Klowns. That's exactly how I would put it, is it's just a blast. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. It goes with the idea. It gives you exactly what you're expecting, and he's right. On the budget they have, this is just doing whatever you can with the budget you have and making it work for what it is. And these guys, yeah, man, their creativity here really, I think, sparked a lot of stuff. I mean, I really would love to see them come up with even more stuff.
I love Killer Klowns, and I know many of you do too. I can't wait to take another look at it. How
What are
many
you gonna
kills
do?
will come one, come all at this? Oh, hey Zoran! Hey bud, you're back. Are you trying to steal from the kill count set?
What? Oh, no, it's just misunderstanding. See, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Father's Day is coming up. I'm a father now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And you've been super busy with all your travels, everything is going on. I just figured I would take your gift for me, myself.
Zoran, you know that Father's Day doesn't mean I get a gift for every dad I know, right? I just get them for dads in the family.
Oh, but James, we've been together so long, you are family.
Well, that's very sweet.
Give me presents.
Well, I guess with today's sponsor, Manscaped, anyone can get a great deal on the perfect gifts for dads everywhere.
Yes, James, I know I have a lawnmower 5.0. I use it all the time on various...
Yeah, but shut the fuck up, because they have way more than just the lawnmower. Like the
Yeah, but
Handyman
shut the fuck
Compact
up.
Face Shaver, which is equipped with a foil shaver and a long hair leveler blade to help dads
That's
cut
awesome.
through up to 3 days of growth.
Well, that would keep my new dad stash in peak condition.
Exactly. And with a waterproof design and rechargeable battery with indicator light when it gets low, it's a breeze to keep the razor clean and ready to go for every trim. Plus, there's the Weed Whacker 2.0 to help dads tackle all those unwanted ear and nose hairs. That'd be great for you.
Hey!
And of course, there's also the Beard Hedger for trimming and
No
the
shame
Shears
in it, man.
3.0 for nail grooming.
Everybody, a lot of
That's all
people have
great.
to deal with
I love
that.
it all, but what am I getting?
Well, you and all our viewers are getting 20% off plus free international shipping.
But I'm a dad!
I know, man. You did that.
I did.
Me too. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Just head over to manscaped.com and use promo code
I have a few friends who would
KILLCOUNT20
probably
at
make that
checkout.
argument,
How many
no, it's
kills will
not.
come one, come all to this 3-ring recount? Let's find out and get to them.
As much as I love church, and as much as I love to be known as his dad, I have seen other parents deal with, children not the same. Oh my God. It looks a lot more challenging.
The movie begins with the world's greatest title song.
That just sets the whole tone, man. Oh yeah.
This iconic theme, performed by the Dickies, was written by frontman Leonard Phillips based solely on the film pitch their label was given by the movie's music supervisor. It's a quiet night in the college town of Crescent Cove, California. Probably because everyone's at the top of the world, a makeout spot for young lovers like Mike Tobacco and Debbie Stone. Unfortunately for all the hot lips here, they're about to get cooled down by a couple of dirty ice cream men.
We'll give you the stick, you give it a lick.
These bozos are Rich and Paul Terenzi, Mike's best friends from school. Their popularity does not extend to the other kids. After they leave, Mike and Debbie get back to their inflatable flirting, but they'd better be careful. Don't want Jason popping in and making them sound like this. Actually, maybe Mike does want to make Debbie sound like that.
Yeah,
But
he
as soon as
does.
she sees a shooting star, she'd rather go find where it landed. Sorry, dude. I know you're trying to get with her, but just go with it.
Come on, Debbie, don't you want to, like, finish our champagne or something? No. Take it with us. Okay. He looks
Kinda
so
sounds
pissed
like
off.
She's getting turned on by this.
Come on.
Look at his
You can
face. He's
find
just disappointed.
it, Mr. Adventure.
Mr. Adventurer likes it. Hello. The fire in the sky also catches the eye of Farmer Gene Green. He and his good boy Pooh investigate and find a circus
Where's
tent in
my
the woods.
dog?
That gets the farmer freaking pumped. He loves the circus.
I love the circus.
See, I told ya! Actor Royal Dano is a bit of a showman himself, having provided the voice of Abe Lincoln at Disney's Hall of Presidents. Green pokes
No
around for a
kidding.
ticket booth, not noticing the,
The more you know.
red-nosed Ferratu inside. Oh shit, is that Clownable Patrol? Cause he's netting poo! Or maybe it's a flushing toilet, cause that poo be gone. The dog napping makes Farmer mad. Arrgh, Farmer smash! Farmer rage!
Man, he skipped one of the best lines in the movie, though. My personal fan. I love it. Something funny's going on around here. What in tarnation's going on here? Where's my dog? Where's my Pooh Bear? I'll tear this thing apart with my bare hands. Oh, I love it so much.
Tear this thing apart with my bare hands.
But bare hands still conduct electricity. Mean Gene Green Tomato gets fried and thrown to the ground. He encounters the movie's first killer clown named Jumbo, who scores the first killer clown kill with a ray gun that makes the poor farmer sound like this. Mike and Debbie arrive later, still hot to explore, but the sight of a mystery circus tent dries her right up. Mike, on the other hand, is super jazzed now. He loves a good free wood circus.
Guys, this place great or what?
Yeah, dude, I love flatly painted walls and dim lighting. They do find some cool shit though, like these beep boopers.
I like it.
Good work, Mike. I'd be pressing that shit too. Even more impressive is when they end up on the far side of a map painting. This so-called power chamber is a reference to the Krell chamber from Forbidden Planet. It tips Deb off that this ain't no circus. This ain't no carnival. This ain't no theater, neither. Welcome to a spaceship, motherfuckers. She's pretty concerned about that. Mike's more blasé.
I've never seen anything like this before. Have you?
No.
No.
There are certain lines that Chelsea and I quote all the time to each other. Like Homer Simpson's, "No, it doesn't."
It smells funny in there.
No, it doesn't.
Mike's "No" is one of those lines.
I've never seen anything like this before. Have you?
No.
Seriously, man, do you even know how much of a little asshole you sound like?
No.
Further evidence that they're inside a UFO right now is a storage room full of cotton candy cocoons. Mike's optimism melts away like sugar in your mouth when he discovers the red face of Gene Green. They hide from a clown named Rudy who walks in as Mike recognizes another victim, his friend Joe Lombardo, who I'll go ahead and put on the count. And since these cotton candy cocoons have corpses inside, I will also add the 11 other cotton candy coffins we see. That's right, we're counting cocoons this time,
That's
baby.
awesome.
Nothing could go wrong. Mike and Deb manage to get away, but not before Rudy hits them with a fistful of popcorn.
Popcorn, why?
Because they're clowns.
Clowns, that's why.
That's gonna do a lot of explaining in this movie, like these tracking balloon dogs. Oh, I'm sorry, balloon dog. Just skedaddle along after it, whatever it is.
Please,
the popcorn
more of that.
gun was the most expensive prop made for
In
the
the next
film,
movie.
costing $7,000 and taking 6 weeks to build. And it only ended up working for the one shot. Other clown guns were much cheaper, made out of $10 Super Soakers from Toys R Us.
Clowns are us.
No, Toys R Us. Keep up, Mike!
No.
The balloon dogs,
No.
meanwhile, cost as much as a balloon. But they did need to coat the legs in latex to prevent it from being popped by pine needles on the ground. Mike and Deb haul ass and peel out, bouncing clowns left and right
That's
off their
fascinating.
windshield as they flee. But that
That's fascinating. You wouldn't even think about stuff like that. Like them walking through the woods with that little balloon dog. Yeah, that thing would hop easily, like on thorns and branches. I would never have thought about that. I don't know what it is about small things like that that really just interest me. But small things like that really interest me. I really hope no one takes that out of context.
That won't stop them for long. They on that Mikey My routine. We're only 20 minutes in, and the clowns are already waddling their dumpy asses to town, accompanied by more bitchin' music. The music in Killer Klowns is a crucial ingredient to its awesomeness. It was done by John Massari, who beat out dozens of other potential composers with a demo score set to the scene where Mike and Debbie first flee the spaceship.
Rudy. He looks tired all the time.
Massari continues to champion the movie to this day, composing music for the upcoming video game and putting on live concerts of the film. We covered the one they did way back in 2018, which is where we met Zoran for the first time ever. So you can thank and or blame John Massari for this guy.
Most of you blame him.
Mike and Deb head to the police station, hoping to enlist the help of Crescent Cove's finest. Unfortunately, that includes Sergeant Curtis Mooney, who's got a bone to pick with his natural enemies, teenagers. He's not above police brutality or pulling an Elon Musk and implying people are pedophiles.
What's the matter, Dave?
You got a thing for these little boys?
You got a thing for these little boys?
His more by-the-books deputy is Dave Hansen, an absolute hunk who's not afraid to be a righteous ball of rage. Hottie Hot Dave is an ex-boyfriend of Debbie's and is none too pleased to meet her new boy toy Mike, or hear about their kooky clown kink. He starts to take him seriously when they say that people are dead. Mooney remains more skeptical.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Everybody's initial reaction.
Shit.
Dave's willing to check things out, even if it makes him a third wheel.
You've really cooked up something this time, haven't you? Holy shit.
I'm not your boyfriend anymore. It doesn't change the way I feel about you, little Debbie.
Wait, did he just call her Little Debbie?
Little Debbie.
Aw, she is Widow Snack Cake. Dave thinks Clown Town is no place for a lady, so he forces Deb to stay at home. And he forces Mike to still ride in the back. What a power play, dude. He stays passive-aggressive like that for a while.
Hey, it's got nothing to do with you, really. It's me. It's obvious she goes for laughs, not stability.
While the boys go to the crash site, the clowns arrive for some vaudevillainous shenanigans. A schmuck who looks like a proto-Culkin stops to watch a parkside puppet show in a gazebo. He thinks it's bullshit until it breaks out the special effects. And he's in love.
I kind of always wondered what this guy was doing out there. I always thought he was just a sad guy. He just genuinely was awkward. I don't know what it is about him. He just came off very sad. Like he was avoiding everybody, and he just, saw this puppet show, so he was like, why not? Even when he went up there, he looked bummed out.
With the punched-up Punch and Judy show. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't like it again. Because Spiky the Clown emerges to take an encore, and him as a captive audience. Too bad your ass got zapped. Rudy gets into monkey business, aping an animatronic. Not bad, clown, but can you sing hot, hot, hot? He follows two girls inside a pharmacy, and the next time we see them, Rudy's turned them into cotton candy flippers. The pharmacist, Mr. Myers, has a serious clown problem here, and the clowns have a serious coke problem. Elsewhere, Bibble the Clown has started working for Postmates.
Oh, pizza.
What the hell, lady? Who reacts that way to pizza? I think you deserve it when Shorty the Clown pops out with his cotton candy gun hot and ready for you. Another clown named Fatso pulls a similar gag with a violent valogram.
The way she reacted to that kind of made me think she was like on a diet or something. She looked like she was honestly like somebody who works out, right? So the second pizza gets offered her, she's like, oh, pizza. I'm better than that kind of vibe. If that makes any sense. I could be completely wrong about that, but that's how I always took it, is that maybe she got done doing like a workout video, and then someone comes up to the door with pizza, and she's like, oh, pizza.
We don't actually see him cocoon this lady, but that grimace tells me he's not in a merciful mood. The pizza bit actually took dozens of takes because little things kept messing up. First, they had to pop the clown head up on a rod through the pizza boxes. Then a puppeteer had to stick his arm through the boxes and aim the gun correctly.
A simple gag like that took hours to do. If one of 20 elements, if just one of them wasn't working, you're screwed.
It's that kind of dedication that makes this movie special.
Could we have made a simpler picture? Yeah. But it wouldn't have been Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
The vignettes continue as
Shorty
rides a strike up to the no butt, no putt game. That's what it says on the wall. Makes sense, too. You need a butt to putt. One mullet-headed meanie decides to stomp his ride, so Shorty bounces back onto the scene with a pair of boxing gloves.
What are you gonna do?
Knock my block off.
Oh shit! Shorty Jason takes his man head off like a rock'em sock'em psycho, which turns one dude into Ron Simmons. Damn indeed. One of my favorite things about the clowns is that they're funny, but they're straight up evil too. They have no compassion for anyone. I mean, this one named...
Yeah. We're about to get to the scariest scene of the movie. This is actually, in my opinion, the creepiest scene. This scene and the scene when Jumbo kills Moody. There's like a moment where Jumbo pulls his arm out of Moody, he falls on the ground, and then this music starts playing, this oh, and he's starting to walk towards Dave. It's actually kind of creepy, and I really love it. So I think Jumbo stole the show of being the creepiest clown in the entire film.
Jumbo tries to brain a little girl with a mallet.
Yeah.
Her mom interjects before it happens, though, and that makes Jumbo mad. The Kyotos had a lot of experience with animatronics and puppetry thanks to their work in Critters. For Killer Klowns, though, they opted to focus on production duties. While they designed the clowns, these nightmare-inducing animatronic suits were built by mechanical advisor Dwight Roberts. These so-called hero animatronic heads used for close-ups were cable-controlled and needed to be carefully directed.
Right there's your mark. Now open his mouth and smile.
When full body shots were needed, like when the clowns are walking around, simpler heads were worn by the performers that had more limited remote-controlled movement in the eyes and eyelids. Mike and Dave get to the crash site only to find the circus has pulled a disappearing act. Dave straight up arrests Mike for the crime of wasting his time, but reconsiders when they find the top of the world, a hilltop homicide scene. Extra sticky. Amidst the cotton candy webs, they find a pair of specs belonging to Bob McReed, a youth played by a young Christopher Titus. We saw him during the opening credits.
He's dead.
Making Moody and drinking brand beer. It's liquid bread. It's good for you. The discovery of Bob's glasses is enough for Mike to verify the kill for us.
They got him. He's dead.
Back at the police station, the phones are ringing off the hook, but Mooney's never met a clown call he couldn't drink away. He thinks this is a town-wide conspiracy, with everyone joining in on a Terenzi Brothers prank. Come on, man, people don't even like those guys. He gets a call from the pharmacist complaining about a Fresh Prince clown. Mooney hears the guy start screaming through the phone, and that can only mean one thing.
They got him. He's dead.
The clown chaos continues as a guy named Joe finds himself in a John Wayne racy with a clown named Slim. And it looks like he's driving nothing at all. It took about 3 hours to get this effect ready, which involved connecting headlights to the clown performer's feet and sewing his costume over the top of the rig he rode, which was attached to the bottom of the car. They wired it so the clown performer could control the rig's movements front to back and side to side simply by moving his wrists.
Oh, that's incredible. That's great.
Slim's clown car runs Joe off a nearby bridge. It crashes onto the ground and Joe meets a lightly toasted death. The car was supposed to fly much further during this stunt, but the cable pulling it snapped at the last minute.
Action! Cable brought.
No!
The Kyotos are still unhappy about the way it turned out.
Like a runny nose. He just dribbled over the cliff.
Whatever, guys. You drove a real-ass car off a bridge. I'm always gonna pop for that. And the punchline still works for
seriously,
Slim,
man.
too.
By far, Slim is my favorite killer clown. But yeah, dude, I would be just happy at the fact that I got to film a movie and was able to even pull off a stunt like that. I think that's just, take it for what it is. Like, yeah, I can understand being a little bit disappointed that you weren't able to do the full-on, like, driving off the cliff and slamming down and, explosion and whatnot. But I think it got the job done just as well, in my personal opinion. But I understand being behind the camera, you might want to just see your vision full through, right? You just want to see everything done right. And I guess if it wasn't done in the way that you wanted, I guess I can understand maybe, like, yeah, maybe on the creative side of things, you're like, I really wish it turned out this way. I get it.
At home, Debbie's trying to shower off all the popcorn she's got on her. We get a little PG-13 tease, but the ratings board pans the camera away to a creeping colonel on the ground. Its pop secret won't be revealed just yet, but we do get more popcorn play popping off elsewhere. Jumbo disperses some in a dumpster outside of a fast food restaurant called Big Top Burger. A Big Top worker, who's also maybe a birthday boy, gets pulled in while taking out the trash. He becomes a midnight munchie for the trash monster. That is one jacked up Jack-in-the-Box. A group of people waiting at a bus stop get a visit from Slim and his Shady Shadow puppet show. Wow, so patriotic. These shapes are quite impressive for a guy who only has 4 digits. But this sinister Simpson's got something else on his mind. A motherfucking dinosaur! Mike and Dave drive by just in time to see Slim shadow ban the bus stop group to his bag of popcorn. Man, that took a Jurassic dark turn. Mike commandeers the police car to make a citizen's arrest, but Slim just hippity hops out of the way.
He's gone. He went straight up.
Dave radios Mooney for reinforcements, but the paranoid policeman still ain't having it.
Fuck you! Over.
He must still be traumatized from his time dealing with those Faber College clowns. With Mooney Looney, Mike and Dave decide to banana split up after they spot the Terenzi brothers and their runaway ice cream truck. Dave drives to the station while Mike asks his friends to help him warn the town about the alien invasion. The brothers Terenzi don't buy his story, but Mike gets them on board after saying they need to swing by Debbie's place.
She's got 2 beautiful roommates.
With big boobs.
A lot of the characters in Killer Klowns were based on and named after friends of the Kyoto brothers in real life.
The cast of characters really are people that we knew.
knew. I mean, the Terenzi brothers are very good friends of mine, and we always had fun adventures with them, doing stupid things as kids. And Mike Tobacco was always a ladies' man as well.
Mike's actor Grant Kramer took the character and ran with it, coming up with some of his dialogue himself. Kramer's a 2-time kill count veteran, thanks to New Year's Evil and Willy's Wonderland, which he also helped produce.
No shit. No shit. That was him. I didn't even recognize him. Wow. Wow.
Mooney's reading about guns when Jumbo toddles into the station and pulls a classic clown gag to rain on his parade. Ew, why's that water kind of milky? Jumbo keeps the police station pantomime going. Whoop, 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 whoop,
it's clown
Mooney
piss.
jumps straight to the brutality again. Jesus, can we get a body cam on this guy? Mooney sticks Jumbo in a cell, but the clown unfurls a Where's Waldian noisemaker that grabs Mooney by the throat and slams him against the bars. Or at least we'll pretend it does. He's clearly a few inches away.
What are you in for?
Clown stuff. Dave arrives to find the station empty save for some footprints, which he follows like this were Boys in Blue's Clues. He discovers the bodies of Jumbo's 2 cellmates, who have been issued a saccharine death sentence they never deserved. He also comes across this absolute nightmare, a dead silent Sergeant Mooney turned into a puppet, and a fate foreshadowed by an earlier line.
Make a dummy out of yourself. But you're not gonna make a dummy out of me.
It's a genuinely disturbing sight, and the scariest part of the film, especially when Jumbo Dunham starts talking.
Don't worry, Dave. All we want to do is kill you.
Yeesh, no thank you. Dave opens fire, which doesn't do anything until he shoots Jumbo right in his big stupid clown nose. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your little feelings? Just Wonder Woman your way out of there, clown. Good job, Dave. To achieve the spinning lights on the walls during this effect, they built a rotating pillar of mirror shards that reflected light around the room. Kinda looks like something out of Hellraiser. Dave finally manages to call for backup on the radio, and they're gonna need it, since Mike and the Terenzis just came across a whole-ass clown parade. The first time I covered this movie, I thought that this scene was a nightmare to count. That was before the Purge series. Now, it's easy to see that the clowns have already claimed 13 victims here. 1 tossed from a window and added to a pile of 5, 1 being carried by a clown named Talls, 3 more we see in a separate pile, and 3 littered on the street being hoovered into this freaky float. 1 guy almost survives by hiding under a car, but when he tries to run, he doesn't make it.
They got him. He's dead.
You know, it always bothered me. If he had just sat there and waited it out, they probably would not have found him. It's not like any of them were using, like, you know, dogs or anything, the balloon dogs. He could have made it, but he just took the risk.
Just a pickup truck with decorated panels attached to it. It reminds me of when I turned my old Topaz into a tank back in like 2006 for my first ever online series, Battlefield 2 in real life.
Hi, I'm James A. Janice.
Oh man, the shit my friends and I would do in
James
high
A.
school.
Janice.
I'm glad I made it out to the other side. The Terenzis get the fuck out of Dodge.
We
and
all
head to
start.
Debbie's, whose popcorn.
We all start in a rough spot on YouTube. People always say, you know, I'm scared that nobody's gonna watch, and they might not watch at first, but you'll find your way. You'll find what really sparks with you in a lot of, you know, your audience. You just got to keep at it. If you don't keep at it and you just give up, that's it. But if you actually keep going and actually just try different things and find what really suits you, you know, you be happy with what you're doing, but yeah, you can do it.
Problems are really heating up. She finishes her 2-act long shower and discovers those kernels have grown into clown leech babies. The Jack and the Bastards try to take a bite out of her, but she aerosols them out of there and gives another 2 a little kick. A ghoulie clown almost gets her, but she puts her shower head to its 3rd good use and buys enough time to get away. Alas, she still gets cornered by Slim, and she just can't kick those leg warmers hard enough. They turn her into Balloon Girl, a perfect match for Jake Gyllenhaal, and a fate that was hinted at earlier on the phone.
They took your wife away in a balloon? Well, you don't need a police pal, you need a psychiatrist.
They used a real basic trick when people were turned into cocoons or captured in balloons. It was simply a matter of the clown performers freezing in place, the actor stepping out of frame, and the prop being brought in and put in their place. The footage in the middle was removed by visual effects artist Gene Warren Jr. of Fantasy 2, whose work we just saw in The Terminator. He did plenty of other zappy effects too, like the rotoscoped ray gun beams and the spinny tornado effect when the clowns are killed. He also handled the composite shots when real footage was combined with matte paintings. Mike and the Terenzis see Debbie getting taken away, so they follow in cold pursuit. Dave spots them and joins the chase, but an ill-timed brake check causes bumper-to-bumper car damage. Dave grabs a shotgun and hops in the ice cream truck as they head to the Boardwalk Carnival, beloved by clowns and vampires.
All right!
And Terenzis. The Crescent Cove Carnival was played by the Santa Cruz Boardwalk, the same location used in The Lost Boys and Jordan Peele's Us. The rest of Crescent Cove was mostly played by the nearby city of Watsonville. Outside the carnival's funhouse, a security guard sees an insane clown clown
Best kill in the
posse roll
movie.
up. Aw, don't send in the clowns. They always bring me down. To achieve this clown carpool, they parked it over a false floor on a loading dock, which the clowns climbed through before exiting the vehicle. The clowns are here to spoil this guy's lunch break with dessert.
What are you going to do with those pies, boys?
Clown stuff. They pie until he dies, reducing him to a gloopy mess of cream and blood. Yeah, go ahead and put a cherry on top, Shorty. It still looks like
One big pile of shit.
the security guard was meant to be a cameo for comedian Soupy Sales, who was famous for taking pies to the face. But I guess the executive producers didn't know who he was and didn't want to pay to fly him out. The boys arrive shortly after and follow the clowns inside for a funhouse final set piece. They walk through a smoky warehouse where roadside...
The guy did a great job. The line delivery was perfect. What are you gonna do with those pies, boys? It's just awesome. It's awesome. I love it. That's easily my favorite kill of the entire film.
Stop, store their signs. The Terenzis just can't help booping stuff here. But again, man, I totally understand.
Don't touch them, okay? This place is probably booby-trapped.
More like booby-trapped, because the bros boop down a Scooby-Doo trap door and land in a McDonald's play place. There, they find a surprise waiting for them.
Are you Debbie's roommates?
Oh, maybe it is booby-trapped.
She's got two beautiful roommates with big boobs.
Mike realizes they're in the same circus tent he and Debbie found. It's just been moved to the boardwalk. He heads to the storage room where they find... Fuck. Oh, okay, let's see.
That's a lot.
1, 2, 3... Oh, well, it looks like it goes 2 rows deep. Nope, no, it goes further back than that. Shit. Mike, where are you now, dude? I don't know what to count here. Can someone please make me a diagram? Writer Tim.
Way ahead of you.
Oh, yeah, he is. Thanks to Tim's meticulous counting in these screenshots, we'll add 158 cocoons to the count.
Oh my God.
And no, we're not double counting the 13 we added earlier. We're professionals here, don't you worry. Mike and Dave try to double check Tim's work, but they're interrupted by a honking big boy named Chubby. The two hide and watch as Chubby picks out a cocoon that's nice and ripe, according to his touch, sniff, and sound. He pulls out the ultimate crazy straw to reveal what these clowns have been up to. They're turning people into grenadine for their ice cream treats. After the sweet tooth leaves, the pair finds Debbie in her balloon Bastille. Dave frees her with dubious firearm safety. Finally, Deb's back in the game. Dave wants to free more people, but they send in the clowns to disrupt their plans. Their escape is hampered by carnival hijinks like Beetlejuice worms and a fun-sized Sarlacc. Dave manages to kill Chubby and another clown with his shooting gallery skills. Someone get this man an oversized plushie. He runs out of ammo, forcing Mike to Monty Hall an escape route.
Another door. Another door. Come on, Mike. Another door. Another door.
You know, this would probably go a lot faster if you didn't announce it every time, Mike.
Just
you ever
open.
think about that?
No.
The trio is surrounded inside a final boss arena, but they're saved by a Deus Ex ice cream machine.
I am the great and powerful JoJo. I command you to stop. Do not hurt them. Let them go.
The ploy works at first, but then the clown starts scurrying off to make room for the main event. He's a-comin'. Who's a-comin'? JoJo's a-comin'. The clown of the show. JoJo the actual Clownzilla drops in, and he don't take too kindly to identity theft. Mike, Dave, and Debbie manage to get away, but JoJo gives the Terenzi brothers a good milkshaking before bringing the boom to the yard. The Kyotos originally planned for JoJo to be stop motion, but instead opted for the Power Rangers method and stuck Charles Kyoto in a rubber suit.
You gotta do it, you gotta come up and then wham, like put your shoulders back for the look.
They personally built all the miniature sets used for this sequence, which had to be filmed at a super high frame rate for technical reasons I still don't fully understand.
What I want to say to the fans, it's very important to study your math in school because mathematics comes into this, calculating all those frame rates and stuff.
Dave opts to stay behind to heroically sacrifice himself and distract JoJo while Debbie and Mike make a break for it. Police backup finally arrives and meets them outside as the big top starts spinning up, up, and away. JoJo grabs a hold of Dave, but the officer pops that big boy's nose with his police badge, adding the clown kaiju to the kill count. The resulting explosion destroys...
Like, people say, like, guys' balls are like the design flaw because it's like, it's second you hit that, we're going down. That's like the killer clown's balls, really, is their big giant noses. That's like the one thing it's like that could just end it all. They're gifted beings and they could be just destroyed with that big red dot on their face.
The whole spaceship, so I'll add the 19 clowns still on board to the count as well. We saw a 17 during the Clownzilla scene, and we can't forget Debbie's roommates either.
Big boobs.
I'll also add 7 human captives to the count now, assuming all the balloons we saw on board had people in them, and those were separate from the cocoons. The explosion drops a clown car from the sky, and Mike and Deb don't need to cry, because turns out Dave survived.
You made it.
That's right.
You made it.
Dave was originally meant to die in the explosion, but test audiences wanted a more upbeat ending, so it's happy reunions all around. That includes the Terenzi brothers too. They also crystal skulled that shit. Dave completes his story
freezer with the
arc
ice
as an aggressive
cream.
ex who became a decent, understanding guy, and maybe even worked his way into a throuple. I mean, he do be rubbing Deb's shoulders there. Mike don't seem to mind one bit. The movie ends with them thinking about cream pies before getting cream pie. I'm sorry. How many victims fit inside the Killer Clown's car of kills? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Wait, where'd Shorty go? Oh, hey Shorty, what are you here to do?
Knock my block off.
Nice.
Damn.
We counted 234
Aw, dude.
kills.
Wasted opportunity. You could have totally have had actual stitch marks around your head, like your head got sewn back on. Been fantastic.
And Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Way more than I did the first time, thanks to Tim. Yay, Tim! The victims consisted of 16 male humans, 6 female humans, 21 male clowns, 2 female clowns, and a whopping 189 unknown cocoon and balloon victims. That gives us this pie chart that probably tastes like cotton candy, or popcorn, or bad. With a runtime of 88 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 22.56 seconds.
Okay, best kill has to go to the cop, the security guard, by far, for me. People might disagree with that. Though, I could see it going to Shorty, too. Shorty with the knock my block off death. And he kind of hinted at that might be his choice because he did that skit. But I really love the security guard. I just think it's better, in my opinion. But that's just me. And then the worst kill, I'm sure it's probably going to be one of the off-screen kills. I mean, you could just go with the pedestrians. But I feel like that'd be too easy. If I had to give you a kill that was probably the most disappointing or the worst kill, I'd probably have to go with the fat clown takes the candy to the door and shoots the woman off screen. I think that one's probably the most underwhelming. I was going to say Mooney, but at the same time, even knowing his death was underwhelming, I feel like it's still a decent death. Like, it's not the worst.
I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to the biker. It's an iconic kill that works as a hilarious punchline, literally. Also doesn't hurt that it cleans up after itself. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to the 158 cocoon victims, since I had to pay for Tim's time to count them all. But he did great. Thanks, Tim. And that's it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space was released in 1988, but thanks to a botched release, it completely bombed at the box office. Seriously, it only made like $80,000. That is a disaster. Thankfully, it found love on home video and has since gotten the recognition it deserves. If they ever make a sequel, I'll cover it right away. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Please, of all things, get me involved. I would love to be a part of Killer Clowns from Outer Space too. I'd love it. So much, man. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, this is a fun movie. I'm surprised that he went with the cotton candy cocoons. I feel like that would have been the easiest answer because, again, it's just a bunch of cotton candy cocoons, and you can just assume they all died, right? But that's fine. That's fine. It's kind of where I thought it was going to go. Yeah, they definitely need to make a sequel. This, like, has to happen at some point. What I would do if I was the Kyoto brothers would be try to do a re-release. Put the movie back out in the cinemas and see how well it does now. Because you might be able to make a decent budget. And again, you made this on a $2 million budget. And I know it's probably going to cost a little bit more to do more bigger, better things. Because that's probably what you're going to want to do if you make a sequel to Killer Clowns, is you want to go the extra mile and bring us something that's even bigger. But I got to say, keep it secluded. You don't have to go all out. You just, make it fun. Do what you did with the original. Bring back the visual effects. I mean, Beetlejuice is kind of doing that with the stop motion and stuff. I think you could really do something special with Killer Clowns if you actually brought it back and used those same kind of style effects. Yeah, and I just thought of this too. Like, the clowns all died at the end of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which means we're probably not going to see the classic characters from that first one. We're probably going to get a whole new set of clowns, which I'm kind of down for. And please go practical. My biggest thing, go practical. So yeah, guys, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of my favorite films of all time. I'm curious to hear what your guys' personal thoughts are. Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? Is it just not for you? I know there's a lot of people I have talked to who just aren't as big of a fan as I am. But this, again, is something that I just genuinely love about cinema. I just love the idea that these guys went out there and made a film called Killer Clowns from Outer Space and made exactly what they were going to promise. And you just have no doubt that the time on that set was so memorable. So let me know, guys, what you thought of it down below. I like that kill count. That was awesome. And I'll certainly see you guys in the next one. Please do take care.
JCARTSARTS is throwing down, coming after all these slowing down, coming after me. If you can't, JCARTSARTS is through. You won't be mad.